What's up, y'all? It's been a minute since I've been up here, right? I got some shit I just want to get off my chest real quick because I'm tired. I'm just tired. I'm 39 years old. I'm knocking right at 40. Like 40's right there. Growing up, I always had some of the best times, the greatest times. Especially when my grandparents was living. What? Everything was A1. Like, nigga didn't want for nothing. Nigga didn't care for nothing. I didn't. My grandfather passed at 1994. I was 10 years old. My grandmother died in 2000. I was 16. 10 and 16. From the age of 10 to the age of 16, I was making my way through life. I was still enjoying cause I was still young. So, but a big piece of me was missing, man. Like my grandfather, that's my dad. That's my father. You know what I mean? Like, my grandfather was everything to me, B. Like superhero, everything. Like I just wanted to be like my grandfather. Like everything he was. You know what I'm saying? Everything he was, I wanted to be. Like my grandfather was heavy in the church. I remember I used to be like, yeah, I would be like my granddad, yo. That kind of all changed once he passed, though. You know what I mean? Cause it was like I felt like the same shit that he was praying to wasn't helping him. You see what I'm saying? Um, but when my grandmother left, my grandmother was like that pen that's in a machine. And when you take it out, the whole machine don't work no more. You know what I mean? Like the whole machine just go to shit. Non-operational. That was my grandmother. This weekend, um, nope, let me not jump to this weekend. So, my grandfather passed. My grandmother passes, I fucking lose my mind. I don't know left from right. I don't know up from down. I'm just walking through life. It's like I got blinders on. I'm just going through the motions. I'm wilding. Like, I say it like this. I died the day my grandfather died. You know what I mean? A part of me died when he died. Another major part of me died when my grandmother went. I've always looked at myself in three parts. I'm a Gemini, but for some reason I always look at myself in three parts. You know what I'm saying? The man, the myth, the legend. Nah, I'm joking with that part, but for real, three parts. This last part that's here is holding on for dear life. Dear life. Now, my grandfather passed away. He passed away down here in North Carolina. But he lived majority of his life in Jersey City, New Jersey. He had a church family. He had a career. He had a home that he purchased, that he bought, that he owned. All of that. But he came down here for a hot second when he got sick. My grandfather is from North Carolina, born and raised. He moved to New Jersey and started the family, you know what I'm saying? Now I understand why they sent my grandfather back and he was buried in New Jersey. But what I don't understand about him being buried up there is, why did you bury him with no tombstone? So now nobody knows where he is. And what's crazy is, out of everybody, me, my brother, and my mom have been the only 3 people to go out there and look for him, or try to look for him. Now, I can't put that blame on everybody in the family, you know what I'm saying? Because it's one of us who, because of his father's ignorance and his father's immaturity, which I'm going to get to him, he was around, but he wasn't around like he should be, like he should have been, you know? Yeah, so my grandfather has no tombstone. Okay. Now we're going to fast forward to this weekend. This weekend, my auntie, thank God for her, my Aunt Gwen, takes me to the cemetery where my grandmother was buried. We go to the cemetery. I find my grandmother. It's like she called to me. Like, come here, baby. I'm right here. Come find grandma. And I went right to my grandmother. A wave of emotion swept over me, man. Like, so many memories that I never let go of, because I never forget about my grandparents. Never. There's not a day that goes by where I don't think about my grandparents, B. Not one day. And keep in mind, I'm telling you, I told you when they died, passed away, and how old I am now. My grandmother's gravesite is down here in North Carolina. Why is it down here? Who knows? Who fucking knows? Really makes no sense though. Like, why would you be buried away from your husband? Not only that, I have an uncle named Reggie, passed away way before I was born. So he passed away when he was a baby. My Uncle Reggie is buried with my grandfather. He doesn't have a tombstone either then. But that was on my grandparents. This debacle here, oh, this is not on them. My grandmother's buried here. Grandfather's buried in New Jersey. Why the fuck would a husband and wife be buried in 2 different states? Why? Please explain this to me. Please explain this to me. They had 3 children. 3. My mama, my Aunt Beverly, and my cousin Kelvin's bitch ass sperm donor. Donnie Lewis. My Uncle Reggie. But Uncle Reggie passed. Them 3 children had kids, which led to my grandmother's Nubian 5 kings. 5 Nubian kings, rather, should I say. Which is I, my brother, my cousin Kelvin, my cousin Stinny, my cousin Josh. But that still brings me back to this, though. It should have been a collective agreement as to where each parent was going to be buried at. And being as that my Uncle Reggie went first and they already made him a plot, it only made sense to say, okay, this is where we're going to put everybody. So when my grandfather passed, it made sense to put him in a plot with his son. So when my grandmother passed, wouldn't it have made sense to put her in a plot with her husband and her son? I think that would have made perfect sense to me. I think it would have made perfect sense to a lot of people out there. Like, right? Don't it make sense to you? Makes perfect sense, right? That leads me to this. My cousin Kelvin, it's my dog. It's like my brother. Got a bitch ass sperm donor who's the oldest son. Wouldn't you think he would step up and open his mouth and say, yo, ho, I'm the oldest. Mommy and daddy gonna be buried together. Wouldn't you think it'd be on him to say, yo, ho, daddy passed away. I'm here. I'm gonna keep this family together. He's the oldest, right? The oldest son. Nah, he ain't do that. But why should I have expected that from him, right? When he was never a father to his own son. A son that has accomplished some great things in life that his dad will never be a part of. A son that's only about to reach higher heights that his dad is never going to be a part of. I blame this on you, dog. Donnie. Yeah, it's 3 of y'all, but you the oldest. You had a great dad. Why couldn't you be one? You had great uncles. Why couldn't you be one? You were a shitty brother. You were a shitty son. My grandmother used to talk shit about you, nigga. To me. I grew up with them. I knew the ins and outs. I knew every dark secret. Niggas can't be like, oh, it's stuff you didn't know. Yeah, maybe before I was born, or maybe before I was old enough to comprehend. But once I did, I was very intelligent at a young age. My grandfather made sure that. My mom's did too. and my grandmother. But my grandfather made sure I was hip, eyes wide open. I'm a great dad to this day because of my grandfather. So if I got that from him, why couldn't you have got that from him? Yo, I hate you, Shane. I will never love you. Never. I don't care if the family forgave you and say, yo, you know what, we're going to give you a second chance. I will never give you a second chance, dog. You dead to me, kid. The best thing you can do for me and my family and for the rest of this family to keep it a buck with you, I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. I don't give a fuck who you say this to. I tell it to my own mother and you her brother. The best thing you can do for us, Donnie Lewis, aka Donzel Lewis, is kill your motherfucking self. And I mean that, nigga, from the bottom of my motherfucking heart.